what is happening here, and a lot of people have been, talking about the crash for a long time. What they don't understand is the level of debt is irrelevant. The question becomes, becomes political. And this is the danger that I'm talking about when I say that China dumped 53 billion in the first quarter, because you have Blinken running around threatening everybody. They're complete idiots. Governments fail historically, and I'm talking going back centuries and centuries. One of the first defaults go back to like the 4th century BC. City-states were borrowing from the central bank effectively, which was the temple of Apollo on the island of Delos. And they listed basically the 10 out of 13 city-states that borrowed money from them, never paid. So what happens is when we're in these types of system where they're issuing new debt to pay off the old, it's a Ponzi scheme. It can continue indefinitely as long as confidence is there. All right, as long as you are willing to still buy it because you know somebody else is going to buy it from you when you want to sell. However, with Blinken and these neocons threatening World War III, now you are disrupting those who are willing to buy. So China just dumped 53 billion first quarter. Question becomes, if they're no longer going to be buying, then who are you going to sell the debt to? All right, if you can't sell the debt to pay off the old, that's when the default comes. All right, as long as you have buyers and you can keep rolling it down the road, everything's fine. But they're actually making decisions right now with these neocons threatening the world and all this kind of stuff. You are now limiting those that are willing to buy. So you've divided the world economy. You got the BRICS versus the SWIFT system. Most likely, you're not going to be looking at any sort of a private currency. You're talking about power.
Right.
All right. These people aren't willing to surrender their sovereignty and their power. That's what creating the money is all about. All right. Vote for me and I'll give you this, that, and the other thing. That's what's bringing it down. Communism collapsed because it was inefficient. All right. We are also inefficient. It's still the Marxist idea. And I got to see this actually firsthand because I was one of the ones called in by China when they were to become capitalist. And I flew over and met with the central bank. And they took me to this one facility that was surrounded by tanks. They were downloading everything from the internet. And it was very interesting. And they took me into a room and they were tracking absolutely everything, but they were not interfering. They were studying. And they had, I never knew there were that many, but they had 249 varieties of tea. And the questions were, why is this one tea selling for like $5 here and $10 over there? I said, well, where's it coming from? Well, here. I said, first you have transportation costs. Oh, yes, okay. See, in communism, if it's $1 here, it has to be $1 everywhere, even if it costs you $10 to get it there. That's why it fell. All right. We are at this stage where politicians do not know how to run without promising, vote for me, I'll take it from this guy and give it to you. All right. When you start getting into that, all right, just look at what's going on in France.